Welcome to the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast, the podcast where dreams come alive and productivity gets a dose of caffeine. I'm your BFF Amy, encouraging you to live your dreams on this journey for self healing, self love. Come on, we're on the journey together. We're evolving, we're leveling up, but then also we're like relaxing and letting go and saying, where we're at is perfect. We're relaxed, but yet leveling up. Guys, you're awesome. Cheers. Anyway, today's coffee blend is Lavazza, the organic blend. Yum. This mug is for sale in my Etsy shop. I don't have a niche. Also, I'm happy to announce, guys, that I now have a Coffee and Daydreaming Etsy shop. I'm so excited. We have coffee mugs, we have me, Coffee and Daydreaming t-shirt, which I'll have washed up, ready to go to show you guys next week. And also you could check it out, Coffee and Daydreaming Etsy shop, or I also have it on my website, www.coffeeanddaydreaming.com. Also, I'm so excited. I designed a unicorn poster. I'm excited. I will reveal the unicorn poster on my YouTube channel as soon as I get it. Hopefully, next podcast episode, I'll have it. But I'm so excited because, yeah, this poster, if you're listening on audio, I'm showing a poster of my unicorn poster I had when I was a kid. And anyway, I went through a phase of loving this poster is what really encouraged me to validated that it's okay to have a creative dream or just a dream. It's okay to have a dream. And then as I got older in my 20s, I got bitter and mad at the unicorn poster. I was like, how dare it tell me I could have lived my dreams? I could have had a you just want the minivan. Sometimes you want the cool creative life, and then sometimes like I just want a minivan. I just want uh, a cottage house or a I want a house with a bay window. I just want the simple life. And then anyway, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I love the unicorn poster because this is my soul as a kid. Me using this poster as an adult initially started as me thinking it was funny, and then now I'm like, I love this poster. I love it. I genuinely do. So my point is, live on the unicorn poster, and adults should have a unicorn poster as well, guys. Yeah. I designed one for us. It's on coffeeanddaydreaming.com. Got a cool shirt. I'm so pumped to wear it. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And oh my gosh, we got a lot coming. And check out Dream Nudge, the goal setting workshop online, and Dream Up the 30-day mindset challenge. Yeah. All right. Let's get into it, shall we? Today's episode is the ultimate guide to embracing self love and achieving inner security. Oh, yeah. Yeah. With Valentine's Day coming up, it has a lot of feelings. It has a lot of feelings going on, good and bad. This though, is an evergreen episode. You can watch this. Heck, you could watch this St. Patty's Day. You could watch this 4th of July. It doesn't matter because this is about self love, and self love is a continuous thing. And it's not the intention. This is not like a bitter, lonely hearts club. This is not that. So if you're married for 80 years and you're 100 and listening to this, happily married, or if you're single and you need like that best friend talk, this episode's for you. This episode's if you're in a relationship or single, wherever you're at. Okay, we're here. This is like fun, hanging out, coffee with friends vibe. Yeah. And anyway, I will tell you, a lot of times when I was in a relationship, I needed that self love pep talk the most. I'm not even kidding because it's very easy to get lost in a relationship, and it's not a bad thing because it's a beautiful thing when you discover yourself again and you discover, hey, maybe me sitting on a couch watching a baseball game every day, maybe I'm not living my best life, and it could be fun. It could be fun. Like me, I love sitting on a couch with snacks. That's my jam. However, every night I lost myself. I'm speaking from experience. There are many nights when I did not go to open mics, my comedy open mics, because I was happily just sitting on a couch eating snacks every day with my person. My point is self love. If you're in a relationship or single, we need that little nudge, little recalibration. And anyway, let's get into it. So, yeah, it was so funny on my YouTube channel. I had a special Valentine's Day live stream to manifest our person. 3 days later, I had my first date with a guy that would be my boyfriend. And it moved very fast. And I thought to myself, wow, that live co-work thing, that live stream thing I did on Coffee and Daydreaming worked. It worked. I was amazed. I was like, wow, it's about time. It's about time. That particular relationship ended up being one of the weirdest hecticus. Can you guys say that? Hecticus? You guys are like, what is she saying? Hectic weirdest hectic hecticist. Hectic. Guys, what is the weirdest hectic-ish? Oh, hectic-ish. Can you guys try saying that? Hectic-ish? Is that a word? Probably not. It ended up being the most hectic-ish. Let's go with chaotic-ish relationships. I think to myself, I was like, what did I do to attract this? I think like where I am the one in common with the situation. You know what? I realized I was like, here's where I went wrong in this situation. I allowed certain access to me. And so my point is that relationship, as chaotic as it was, ended up being one of the biggest gifts in my life because it helped me click of something that was not there before. For example, I have to look at my strengths. Like, I was very forgiving and trusting after a lot of stuff. However, you got to know when to walk away and you got to know when you're not putting yourself first. And so I think in love, it's funny, a lot of my friends that have day jobs have beautiful long-term commitments. And then a lot of my creative friends just it's a whole other it's weird. My friends with the day jobs, they got the house, they got this, they got that. My creative friends, it's like it's a whole other thing. Anyway, my point is I think as creatives, it's the creativity part that may the part that can create a certain thing in a relationship. For example, if you work full time plus you have your creative things, you got to find the right person that respects that. You might want to just spend your time writing all day when you might attract somebody who's, hey, spend time with me. And that's a compromise. Everything is a compromise. But also with in love, it's almost like our imagination. We see the potential. Just an artist sees a potential in a canvas. We see the potential in someone's greatness. And I think we all, if you're sensitive, you want to bring it out. You see it and you're like, you're there. And here's the problem. You got to just send them on their way because to a degree if you've been together for 20 years and you want to make it work awesome, but like when you're new, we're talking 2 months new, certain level of things just should not be there. I read this thing that a lot of high achieving people get in bad relationships, and it's why? Because we like to problem solve. We love to problem solve. And if it's a taker and you're a giver, when really we're all givers and takers, and that's the beautiful dance of a partnership is hey, I give, you take, receive. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful dance. However, sometimes givers just give, and then there's takers that take. And We got to protect our attention, guys, because that's where it could get a little dangerous with creatives when our attention is almost hijacked by problems in relationships. Then you can't focus on your work. You have a hard time focusing on your other relationships, like your friendships, and it just leads to a very unbalanced life that it's hard to actually know you're in until you have a wake up call. Whether you're single and having a hard time, you're yearning for somebody, that's okay. But guess what? It's a wake up call to yearn for yourself. We're going to dive deeper into all of this. I want you to accept it. If you're happy in love, yay, that's so exciting. If you're sad and single, yay, because you're about to have a breakthrough. And you know what? I know it feels bad, but a breakthrough's coming, baby. This is the work. This is the work. So let's do the work on ourselves, feel secure, and love ourselves because then we'll have more to give. We'll have more love to give when we feel the love within. And you're like, how do you feel the love within? Going through it. So if you're going through it and then coming out of it, so hang in there. You can't see it yet, but we're driving right now. We're driving through the tunnel. Okay. So, okay, guys, right now, number one, accept where you are and make peace for where you're at, wherever you're at right now. Thank the lessons that you've learned, good and bad. And I want you to let go. We can start a new chapter. You can let go of that old story. The ruminating, that's the thing that's, oof, oh, here we go. The brain wants to tell a story. Here we go, brain. And this person hurt me and that person. We're not going there. We're not going there. It's done. Let's thank it and the lessons. What did we learn? Guess what? New chapter. Because we can choose our choices for the destiny. Okay? Make a promise to ourselves to not put ourselves in a position to be disrespected again. No, we're not doing that. We learned our lesson and we don't do insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Peace be with you. Okay, number two, self concept, guys. So when we've allowed disrespect, I bet you if you're watching this, it's because you have a big heart and you saw the potential in them. And I'm sure you were giving them another chance because you're a sweetheart. However, let me tell you, there comes a time when somebody continuously disrespects. And if we allow that person to have access to us, it does not do them good. And it does not do us good. I know you got a big heart. I know. If you're watching this, I talk to you guys, the people that leave comments and stuff. I watch your stuff. I'm like, oh, they're so cool. They're so cool. I can see us all hanging out, drinking tea or whatever wine if you want. I love my red wine. But I'm just like, you guys all seem so awesome, genuinely. Twitch has been such a cool community for about a year now. I've had some people tune into the Twitch streams, and it's just been such a delight. So, if you're watching this, I know you have a big heart, and I know if you're feeling sad over love, I know it's probably because you care. However, guys, self concept, let's put our care into things like animal shelters, into donating our time where it makes sense, helping the world. I once saw that thing where it's like, you are not a rehab for broke men. And whatever gender you are, it could be applied with any gender. My point is that yes, it's beautiful. We want to help and we see the potential. However, if we're continuously being disrespected, it's not helping nobody. So the biggest thing you can do to help is to just walk away and wish them well and hope they learn a lesson. And that way too, you don't get bitter. Guys, we want to be soft. We want when you confront stuff right then and there, It's really easy. No, it's not easy. I'm not going to diminish, but it's easier to walk away on a little when you see something objectively, you don't like it, you communicate it, it still happens. You gave them a few chances and it's still happening. At a certain point, the most respectful thing for them and you is to be like, hey, I'm sorry, not going to work. Good luck. Because it's time for us to have a self concept that is true. You're on this world to achieve great things, okay? And please believe that. Please believe that. I know when you're born with certain things and struggles and obstacles, it's hard to it's hard to see the light sometimes. But guess what? You're worthy. Let's see the light. Let's be the light. We can choose right now, guys. Activating, be in the light. Yes, I'm not even kidding. You qualify. Guess what? You qualify good things happening just by existing. Okay? It's true. Let's raise our self concept, knowing we are worthy of good things happening, acting as if we are worthy of good things happening. There's that book Habit by James Cleary. I love it. He talks about how you can achieve a habit by acting as if you are that person who achieves that habit. And I was like, oh, that's true. That's true. So for example, if you want to get better at playing the guitar, act as if you are somebody who cares about playing the guitar. It's very wow. Oh, yeah, interesting. So, how do you act? Okay, maybe you decline plans to practice your guitar, or maybe you push a plan a little later so you can make sure you squeeze in your practice time and you don't blow it off. Number two is self concept and acting as if and knowing you're worthy just by being born. Okay. Love Beyonce. She has that song, I'm so stingy with my love. And it's true. I'm like, yeah, if Beyonce gave everybody access to her, there would probably be very little left for Beyonce because everybody wants to hang out with Beyonce. She has to be stingy with her love so she could save it for herself and her family and her inner circle. Think about that. It's not to be mean. It's just at a certain point, you only have so much energy. At a certain point, you do have to be choosy with who has access to you. Okay. Because again, I will stress, I may have been a fool last year by just seeing the good. I know they're a good person and you want to help. You want to help. Number three, patience. Okay. So, one, accept exactly where you are. Two, self concept. Three is patience. Guess what? Love where you're at right now. Okay. And I have to say, like right now, I'm in my single era and it's been very healing. And I'll be honest, sometimes I feel like a loser. Oh my gosh, I got a date again. Then I think about this. Now might be the only time ever that I'm single. And I'm not like single, ooh, let me go out, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like working on projects, playing the guitar. I'm telling you, oh man, it's so awesome to play my guitar and play on my computer with being bugged. So my point is, wherever you're at, if you're in a relationship happily, love that moment. Okay. And then love all the little moments. You're perfect. If you're single, have patience with yourself. Everything is working out. I'm not even kidding. And if you're not happy, I bet you are taking the actions to put yourself in a better position. Remember about the middle, patience and respect for the journey. Number four is don't forget about your destiny, like future you. So last year, I was all about living in the now, and that's all fine and dandy, like when you're pro living in the now. However, there are choices we make when we are being a little spontaneous, like I'm living in the now, um, wherever it takes me. That could be logical advice too, and you think, yeah, wherever it takes me. But be careful. Be careful. Don't forget to make choices that respect your destiny. Remember that choices have a cause and effect. And by that, when you make choices that benefit your destiny, your future, it's hard to be bitter. But when you make choices in the now that mess up your future, very easy to be bitter. Very, very easy. And then you blame, you did this and you did that and did that. Who put yourself in that position? Points to self. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it, guys. I don't even want to talk about it. And my point is, do remember that your choices have consequences, which I get a little carried away with being in the now and living in the now, and which is great. It's a good thing. Now I have the yellow light. Hold on. Let me make choices that benefit my future first. This finally, I feel like I can take my little graduation tassel and spin it to the other side. That's a big realization for myself. Guys, I think I might have earned my adult crown. Is there an adult crown? Anyway, yeah, this is the journey, guys. It's not let's harp the path. This is hey, you learned. You learned. Good job. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. It was a hard lesson, but you did it. Anyway, number 6 is one of my favorites. Be the love you seek. When I heard this, it blew my mind. I was like, what? That's awesome. Be the love you seek. Okay. And here's what that means. Okay. Think about right now. What are you seeking in a person or your current person? Seeking. Okay. Let me think. Seeking. Hold on. Safety. How can I give that to myself? My own home. Money. Sadly, I'm anti money sometimes, but it does bring you safety. So then that's where I'm like, ooh, I need to provide that for myself. And so I think reflect on that today. If you're in a relationship or single, how can you be the love you seek? If I thought about that when I was in a relationship, I think that would have been a game changer because it would have took the pressure off the other person in the sense of, oh, let me provide that for myself instead of hoping and yearning. Well, maybe someone will save me. Nobody's saving you. Maybe some people are lucky, but for the most part, it's not really a thing. But if we believe it's a thing, maybe it's a thing, right? My point is plan to have your own back all the time. And then if you find a generous person, cheers. That's amazing. In a beautiful world, we could all take care of each other and be generous. And that's what partnership, the beauty of it is, know that change is possible. I know so many times when I'm just like, you think change is not possible. You're like, am I ever going to break through? Yeah, it's possible. Keep going. Try different strategy. You're gonna get there. Number 7, protect your peace. I know that distraction for creatives and anybody who's high achieving is like the antithesis of what we need. Did I use that word right? If I didn't, don't judge me, please. But anyway, when you're creative, you need very little distractions. I know when I'm writing and I'm trying to do stuff like you work full time and then the little time you have after work, it's for creative time. And when you've got drama, like, no, you can't focus. And just remember, if someone is disrupting your peace, things got to change. It's not worth it. Ideally, it is possible to have a healthy and happy relationship. Just know that. I know a lot of us have not seen it personally growing up, and you don't know that, oh, people actually can be loving to each other. It is possible. And that's the thing to aim for, not fighting and this and feeling bad. No, no, guys, we have to focus. We have to focus on our creative stuff and just be happy and be relaxed. If you don't feel relaxed and you're in a relationship and you keep going back, know that it might be a trauma response. Know that maybe that's your dopamine. That's your brain just getting that fix, and it's not a good one. So that's a bad pattern. Cut to 5 years, and it could truly wreck your life, and I've been through it. So, no, real love is peaceful and bring each other the good sides out, and it's not easy, but ideally, you deserve to feel peaceful with your person, so feel peace now. Put yourself in a position of protecting your peace, you yourself. Because remember, we have to do what's in our control. Forget external. Forget right now. This is all about internal. What do we have control over? Okay. Okay. So, number 7 is take responsibility for our life. Okay. If you feel secure, you got to know that you are capable of making changes. And I know my lesson, wherever you're at in your journey, is perfect. It's a lesson. It's time for the lesson. I know for myself, as I was discussing, one of the worst relationships was actually one of the best gifts because I had no clue how my people pleasing really, I didn't know how serious it was. You think people pleasing is a whole, just a polite society thing. Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. Blah, 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 blah. No, that goes deeper and it could very well can wreck your life. Take responsibility for your life and know that you do have control over making a different choice. And sometimes it is exhausting when you're like, okay, I got to speak out and make a really big move right now. I'm gonna make a really big move. And you know what's funny? I think about when I was 21, I was at a bowling alley and a fight broke out, and the security guard came and he goes, man, you guys are messing up my TV time. And I laughed because I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's gonna be annoying." Yeah, this fight messed up this guy's TV time. But do you see how he got so used to relaxing on the job, watching TV? But my point is, like, when it comes time to do something that was, like, in his job description, he was like, "Ah, here I go. I gotta rise. I gotta rise to the occasion." And I think if being a human came with a job description, it almost should come with the description to always know that we control over our choices. I think that's a basic human thing, which we forget. I'm not even kidding. I'll let life live me for a couple days. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. I can do something different, but it's tiring. And it's one of those things where it's going to be uncomfortable, but you got this. So, no, take responsibility for your life. And with that one, I want to take a quick moment to read the CODA, the Codependent Recovery Program, the 12 promises for the CODA recovery program, because everybody, this isn't for if you're codependent, but it's for everybody. It's just a really good reminder. Okay, number 1, I know a new sense of belonging. The feeling of emptiness and loneliness will disappear. I like that one. Number 2, I'm no longer controlled by my fears. I overcome my fears and act with courage, integrity, and dignity. Okay, so that's what that is. Just remember, we can choose to act with courage, integrity, and dignity. If it gets to a point where you're like scared and you feel like, I don't know, what choices do I have? I'm stuck. Just know you can overcome your fears. There is a fear that's you're something you're afraid of. So know, like, you can overcome that, but you got to be strong and courageous with dignity by respecting yourself, putting yourself in a better situation. Number 3, I know a new freedom. There is a new freedom. Okay. Number 4, I release myself from worry, guilt, and regret about my past and present. I'm aware enough not to repeat it. You're free. So the past, we're in a new chapter, guys. Let it go. Okay. Number 5, I know a new love and acceptance of myself and others. I feel genuinely loved, loving, and loved. Okay. I accept you. You accept you. You are loved. You are free to love yourself. It is free to love yourself. Okay, number 6, I learned to see myself as equal to others. My new and renewed relationships are all with equal partners. Ooh, I learned to see myself as equal to others. I think that goes with saying about putting someone on a pedestal, okay? Nobody's on a pedestal. Get lost. I always used to think it's funny. It was funny when I lived in LA. You meet B-list actors, and I've been working with high profile people since I was 19. I worked in a kid cafe with very large celebrity names. And anyway, these people roll up. Oh, well, oh, I'm like, yo, you're not this. I don't care. Nobody. Anyway, my point is get off the pedestal. We're all equal. Okay, we're all equal. I get there are certain privacy things, and it absolutely 100% if it's a fear of privacy and all that, but I'm talking about the vibe of, yeah, I was on a Disney show once when I was 14, so like, no, I, except I would be starstruck if I saw Jim Carrey out of respect, like, Jim. And Robin Williams. Oh gosh, R.I.P. Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams. I think he was one of the celebrities that if I met, I'd be like, "Thank you." Anyway, when you have that self-concept, you can recognize if you meet somebody who thinks they're, like, higher than you can recognize faster, like, that is that's a character trait. It doesn't align with my values, so let's part ways. Instead of continuing to date and see where it goes and be like, this person's rude. Have you ever continued to date someone who you're like, this person is very rude? I've had that happen. And you look back and it's no, if you respected yourself, you could be like, they're rude. That's a quality I doesn't align with me, and it's not to label them good or bad, it's just not compatible with my values, so I kindly walk away. That's it. And then you don't split nasty, there's nothing nasty going on. It's just simply, I go this way, you go that way. Number 7, I am capable of developing and maintaining healthy and loving relationships. The need to control and manipulate others will disappear as I learn to trust those who are trustworthy. So this one, let go the grips, guys. And I think learn to trust those that are trustworthy. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. People got to show you who they are. I now know that. I didn't know what that meant. I said, no, I've got a good feeling. I can read people really. No, let people show you their colors. Go very slow. Take your time. All right, here we go. Number 8. I learned that it is possible to mend, to become more loving, intimate, and supportive. I have the choice of communicating with my family in a way that is safe for me and respectful for them. I like that. Yeah. I hear a lot of people talk about dating sometimes and they're like, oh, red flag. And it's just, you know what? It is possible to heal. Literally, everybody has red flags. It's possible to heal. And a lot of the people I know that have gone through really chaotic relationships have had the deepest lessons that I'm like, whoa, whoa. Number 9, I acknowledge that I am a unique and precious creation. I love that. I recognize, I acknowledge that I am unique and precious creation. You are special. Remember that. Number 10, I no longer need to rely solely on others to provide my sense of worth. There you go. There you go. I trust the guidance I receive from my higher power and come to believe in my own capabilities. So, this is whatever you believe, but when you do surrender it to a higher power, it helps. So, whatever that is to you, I will say, even if you believe in like science, there are studies like if that's how you feel comfortable in terms of quantum physics, it's really interesting to study about how the one scientist talked terrible to one plant, and talked loving thoughts to another. The one that got the, can I say it? I don't know if I curse, will I get shadow banned? Probably. I love cursing. I will not. I am working on not cursing. Anyway, the one that talked stuff to decayed. The one that was talked loving thoughts flourish. Even if you don't believe in whatever, just in terms of science, it's like an atoms and molecules thing. Love Adam, I don't know. Look it up. I think it was Albert Einstein who said, if you think you know about quantum physics, you have no idea. And I'm like, yep, that's true. That's why I say I don't know really what the heck. In my head, it makes sense. Anyway, number 12, I gradually experience serenity, strength, and spiritual growth in my daily life. And that is the self care right there. That is the self-care, is like wanting to be a better person and working on yourself with what you, and using growth mindset to seek knowledge for what you don't have knowledge for. Number 9, let go of comparison. This is huge because whenever anybody's jealous, it's always comparing, and jealousy on any scope is not a good feeling. If you're on the person who is jealous, terrible feeling, and if you're the person who is like feeling jealous, terrible feeling. What it is, comparison, but also it could give you insight to what you need. And lastly, number 10, embrace failure as growth. I know we could be so hard on ourselves, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. If you are feeling like failure, it's a beautiful place to be. It's growth. This is where the work is done. So feel secure in yourself in the sense of you got your back. You now know you take responsibility for your life. You have the power to make choices that put you in a better situation. We're going to be communicative and have a high level of thinking about ourselves in the sense of respecting ourselves. You deserve to feel happy, and remember that love deserves to feel good. So if it doesn't feel good, that's a great indicator. Love takes work, but if it's mostly bad, then that's maybe let's look into that. And also, please yourself first, please. Please, that should be a sign. Please yourself first, please. Because when you have a full cup yourself, you can give. When you have an empty cup, giving is you're angry, you're annoyed. Where can you be softer? Where can you give a little less effort to have a little more energy? Something's got to give. And lastly, cheers to us putting ourselves in helpful situations instead of unhelpful situations. Feel secure knowing that you have your own back no matter what. And you have a high concept of yourself to where you know you want to feel good. You're putting yourself in situations that feel good instead of going for the easy jolt of dopamine. Respect your future. Put yourself in situations that respect your future in addition to your now. All right, guys. So that was it today. Thank you so much for listening, whatever, the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast. I'm Amy. Check out our website, coffeeanddaydreaming.com. We've got the 30-day goal setting workshop, Dream Nudge. We've got the 30, wait, we have the goal setting workshop, Dream Nudge. We have the 30-day mindset challenge, Dream Up at www.coffeeanddaydreaming.com. I also got some cool new shirts, a mug. I got the unicorn poster. Check it out. Check it out. Please subscribe at tikcom/coffeeanddaydreaming.com _ Instagram coffeeanddaydreaming.com. YouTube, please help small creators. You guys are amazing. Remember, with a cup full of coffee and a heart full of dreams, anything is possible here at Coffee and Daydreaming. Bye, guys.